Oh, hi, it's Therese. Today we're talking about the listening part of IELTS and specifically about listening for descriptions. So particularly in sections 2 and 4 of the listening exam, you may hear a lot of descriptive language. In section 2, it's a monologue. So you may hear somebody describing a place or an event or a country or something else. In section 4, it's a lecture. So you might hear a professor describing something with a lot of adjectives and maybe even long, complex language. I will teach you in this video to use techniques to read the question and to listen for the good words, keywords, and synonyms. Okay, guys, let's get started. So in the listening, you'll have a selection of questions, perhaps multiple choice like these ones. Of course, you won't see the text or the transcript of the listening, but I've just placed it here for today so we can get some practice as we listen. The 5-step method for listening will firstly read the questions during the 1-minute break. You've just 1 minute after the introduction and before the audio begins. Highlight the question words, and of course, highlight the key words in the questions. Then listen out for those key words or synonyms and select your answer. So if we take a look at the questions here, let's look at the question words. The listening is about the platypus. Where does the platypus come from? Where does it spend most of its time? Why does the platypus have a nest? What sort of food does it eat? And what special feature does it have? If you look quickly at the answers, there are some distractors. Like in number 1, Tasmania and Tanzania sound quite similar. This is a typical distractor. Number 2, on land, in water, underwater, also distractors. Highlighted the key words: come from, spend most of its time, nest, food, special feature. Okay, so let's listen now to the recording, and as you listen, try to answer the questions as we go along.
Listening. Section 1. You will hear a lecture on the platypus. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5. Good morning, everyone. I am going to talk about the platypus, one of my favourite animals. This is an unusual creature because it looks like a bird, but it swims like an otter, and it has very interesting features. The platypus has soft brown fur, webbed feet, a bill like a duck, and a tail like a beaver. I remember that I first saw a platypus at the zoo near my hometown in Spain. It was the first time I saw one, and I was really surprised to see an animal with such a mix of features. The platypus is actually a mammal, but strangely, it lays eggs and keeps them in a nest. It belongs to a species of mammals called monotremes. The platypus live on an island called Tasmania, which is just south of Australia. It lives in small rivers and streams where it builds a burrow just above the water. Although the platypus can live on land, it prefers the water and spends about 12 hours per day swimming in the river. One of the most interesting features of the platypus is its sense of electroreception. That means a platypus can locate its prey using an electric field in its bill. There is only one other mammal, the dolphin, with this ability. The platypus is a carnivore, so it likes to eat crustaceans such as freshwater shrimp and worms that it finds in the riverbed. However, the platypus is a delicious meal for crocodiles and owls, so it must watch out for these predators.
Let's take a look at the answers. Where does the platypus come from? Tasmania. That's a tricky one because it sounds like Tanzania, but it's B, Tasmania. Where does the platypus spend most of its time? In water, because it likes to be in the river. although it lives on land sometimes. Another distractor. Number 3, why does a platypus have a nest? To protect its eggs. It lays eggs there. What sort of food does it eat? Shrimp and worms. So that was towards the end of the listening. And what special feature does it have? It has an electric field in its bill, electroreception. So number C is actually a synonym. It's not the direct words from the listening. So if you don't know the answer, just guess. Using headphones in the computer-based test will really help you. So if you can book a computer-based test, do it. And as I said, the answers don't always come in the straight order, as you may expect. Develop your range of vocabulary and synonyms that will really help you in catching other ways of saying things in the listening. That's it, everyone. Good luck in listening for descriptions in IELTS. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video. Bye.